Hi everyone, I am Tasneem. Today we are going to discuss about a very interesting topic and an important part of the research, that is research process. Before going to the topic, you should know what is research. Let's see what is research. The word research comes from two words, that is re and search. Re means again and again, and search means looking for something. So we can say that the research is a systematic way of finding answer to a question or finding solution to a problem. Now we can see what is the research process. The research process is the set of steps we follow to find the solution to the problem or study something. Or we can say it simply that from the beginning of the research till the end, what are the things happening? That called research process. These steps helps us collect information, analyze it and find answer. Now I discuss with you about the steps of the research process. The steps of the research process are defining research problem, objectives, research questions, review of literature, formulation of hypothesis, research design, collection of data, analysis of data, and report writing. The first step of research process is defining the research problem. To conduct a research, there should be a problem and you should identify it. I give an example that what is the long-term impact of microfinance on poverty alleviation. It's crucial to identify the general area of interest or a specific aspect to study. The research problem may begin broadly and then be narrowed down into operational terms for further investigation. Now, to define the research problem, at first we have to understand the problem thoroughly and then refreshing it into meaningful terms from operational point of view. Now we see the key points to clearly state in the research problem. First key point is rationale behind the research problem. That implies why this research is important. And aims and objectives. Aims and objectives of the research determine what data needs to be collected, hypotheses to be tested, techniques for the data collection, analysis methods, and the relation to be explored. Then research question. We have to develop questions based on the objectives and theoretical foundation. Then fifth key point is refresh the research problem. That is, turn the identified problem into a clear working propositions. The different steps to be followed while defining the research problem, that is, statement of the problem first in a general way to be later sharpened with the help of literature review, understanding the nature of the problem, surveying the available literature. In addition, technical terms and words or phrases used in the research problem should be explicitly defined. Basic assumptions or postulates relating to the research problem need to be clearly stated. A clear and unambiguous statement of the investigation should be provided. The time period required and the scope of the study must be duly stated. The sources of data and its limitations must be explicitly mentioned. The next step of the research process is review of literature. Review of literature is you are collecting the different knowledges from the books, from the libraries, from the magazines, from the articles, from online or internet of the topic that is regarding microfinance and poverty alleviation. It will differ according to your study, according to your problem. So the definition of literature review is to gain insight on the topic and gain knowledge on the availability of the data and other materials on the theme of proposed area of research. The literature review may be classified into two types. 1. Literature relating to the concepts and theory. 2. Empirical literature consisting of findings in quantitative terms by studies conducted in the area. The next step is formulation of hypothesis. You have to formulate the hypothesis. So, you should know what is hypothesis. Hypothesis means it is an assumption or expectation or imagination of the researcher, the person who is doing the research. He is expecting this will be the result. It may be right or it may be wrong, but he is expecting the final result will be this one. Formally, we can say that a hypothesis is a tentative statement that needs empirical and logical testing. It explains a phenomenon and can be accepted or rejected based on empirical evidence. A good hypothesis must be testable and often defines the relationship between dependent and independent variables. Formulating a hypothesis requires prior research, data examination, and expert discussions, though explanatory research can be done without one. The next step is research design. Research design means the overall plan of the researcher to conduct research. Formally, research design is the logical conceptual structure within which research is conducted. It is the blueprint of the collection, measurement, and analysis of data. The next step is collection of data. Data may be primary or secondary. Data collected by the researcher by a survey is primary. The data already collected by some agency and available in some published form is secondary. Two main techniques of data collection is 1. Census and survey, and 2. Observation method. After collecting the data, we need to evaluate the data. We need to evaluate this data, and this is called data analysis or analysis of data. Analysis of data consists of categorization, coding, and tabulation. Categorization is based on the research problem or hypothesis. Data is classified into categories. Categories must be exhaustive, distinct, and mutually exclusive. Then, coding means grouping the responses under the appropriate categories. And tabulation is the organizing data in rows and columns to facilitate comparisons, and it helps to identify inherent relations between variables. The next step is report writing, and this is the last step of the research process. Report writing is the process of organizing and presenting research findings in a structured manner, ensuring clarity and originality. It tests analytical and communication skills, helps organize ideas, and ensures that readers can easily understand the context, methodology, and findings of the research. That's all for today. See you in the next video with another interesting topic. Till then, goodbye.